This is Just Drew here, and welcome to Music Skeptic. This is a segment on my channel where I talk about music. I either review an artist or a project of theirs. It could be a video, it could be an album. Today we will be reviewing the album Kamikaze by Eminem. Now, let's just start off by saying, yes, if you were wondering, I am getting blown beneath this backdrop. I'm very happy to see it. Eminem was a huge influence on me, and to the point where I feel like it's annoyed some people how much. It's funny because I remember my dad hearing Eminem on the radio when Monster was on the radio, and he literally just said, yeah, I know who it is. Sounds like something wrong with him. And it's funny because when I heard Eminem, he was like, well, like from the very start, I thought this guy just kind of sounds like a normal person to me. Eminem's career has been at somewhat of a low point recently, with his last album, Revival, tanking hard. It was pretty bad. Artists I really don't even like or pay attention to had better projects at the time. I feel bad about saying that. This album was pretty much a redeemer for him, but it didn't redeem him back to any level. He is still at a level lower than after Encore. Yeah, Encore. He was at a higher level after Encore. If you rated his albums best to worst, it would be Marshall Mathers LP, Slim Shady LP, Relapse, Eminem Show, Encore, Kamikaze, Recovery, Revival. So this album, it kind of is cool, but I don't think Eminem is aware of how similar the tone of each song is in comparison to the next. I feel like he just got a bunch of trendy producers rather than working with producers like he knew, like Rick Rubin or Dre. He got a whole bunch of producers who were hot right now, and he also took on a whole bunch of flows that a lot of rappers are commonly using. Gucci Gang, Gucci Gang, Gucci Gang, Gucci Gang. Hated that song. Eminem took it and actually switched up the words. So, yeah, now it's an actual rhyme now. I guess that counts as a rhyme nowadays. Jesus, what happened? But anyway, so let's get straight into this. I'll give you a track by track because it is freaking short for an Eminem album, but so was the last one. 45 minutes. I could have done with more Eminem. The Ringer. This song is basically Eminem coming back and just immediately just taking credit for Revival sucking, but also saying that people had no right to criticize him because he's Eminem, which I kind of agree with. The accolades, record sales, kind of just proves that. This whole album is kind of like him saying, you guys had no right to criticize me because I took it to a level you guys didn't have the ambition to go to. And he's right, and he continues to be right with that, because when it comes to rapping itself, Eminem is king. But the problem with this album is he doesn't have a good person creating song structures for him. Dre used to do that. Even after Dre left, he still had people to do that, but now he's just kind of on his own. And like, when you notice that Tilton's career after he started separating from Dre a lot, that was because there was no real guidance to a lot of his albums. And Dre had issues going on then too, but yeah. The next one is the greatest. I loved this track. The first track I was kind of mellow on, but this one was like, it's kind of like old Eminem, but it's not something exactly like Slim Shady LP would do. It's too fast for that. If you listen to Slim Shady LP, it's not, I was like before he was really getting into fast rap. He was just really on point with his saying. He actually tried to slow down for that album because Kid Rock told him to. Damn, look how that switched up. More famous than Kid Rock will ever be. And richer. This isn't like a track that I would recommend though to start with Eminem, mainly because it's really gloaty. Because right now we know he's the greatest in the world, rapping like this. No one else beats him at this, like in this specific style. This is all him. But the thing I think he doesn't realize is this style doesn't just triumph all styles. There are different high points to every style, and he doesn't really try to play to each other's suits. Lucky You. Lucky You comes in with Joyner Lucas, and I could not stand Joyner Lucas before he came up with this hook. I hated Joyner Lucas as a person. I didn't like I'm Not Racist. I didn't like that song he did with the kids getting ran over. I thought both of them were really low on actual perspective, and they didn't create any solutions. They just put both sides up, and it was still very biased in black people's favor, for that matter. Weirdly, I'm not saying that he wasn't right, but it was. I think he left a lot out, and he made like white people look really bad, which creates more of an enemy than we really need. Like, we're gonna go talk on a racial standpoint. That's more of an enemy. That's making the enemy look bigger. Doesn't really help your soldiers. Basically, George Luca just starts off this kind of like this tough guy flow. After that, it kind of rolls into this fast flow for no reason, and then he goes, and then out of nowhere, you just like, it's slightly fast. It's not like gutting it fast, because he really does pull off later in the song. But then he goes straight into this like rolls into the hook. It just rolls off the top. Like, y'all gotta move, y'all gotta move, y'all gotta move, get out too. And like he honestly just sounds like, when I first heard the hook, I didn't think he was actually telling pop stars to move out of the top spot. I thought he was telling, like, I think he was literally just at like an office or a restaurant, and he was like, what are y'all doing? Y'all gotta move, y'all gotta move. That's literally what I saw. I thought I enjoyed Lucas doing that shit, and I hope they have a music video where he's doing that. Next is a Paul skit. This isn't really one of his funny Paul skits. I miss the other guy. This is the worst shit I've ever heard in my life. Steve Berman. I miss Steve Berman. Steve, where are you? Come back to Eminem. Because the Paul skits are just kind of boring. Paul kind of seems like a prick in a lot of these things. And, you know, it's almost as if he just can't read Eminem, or he just doesn't get Eminem. And it's just like, I can totally get that. It's the music industry. It happens between managers and artists all the time. It's still like, after all this time, there's still, it makes me feel like it's an act. It makes me feel like Paul is just pretending at this point. Like, Stepping Stones is where Eminem kind of, it's a hilarious message to the song, which is, it ends with Eminem saying, D12 is over. Eminem, D12 been over since like 2006. Do we really need a whole song for claiming this? And he's saying, I didn't mean to make you my stepping stones, but it's like, you did. It doesn't really matter. In fact, you're saying you didn't mean to. Yeah, not really much to this song. The beat, it sounds like one of the old beats from Encore. It sounds like a beat that would have been on Encore that didn't make it, which is fucked up to try to release that in this day and age. And it makes me think that he maybe made this song for Encore and just never released it till now, which would really piss me off. But that's how the quality of the song is just not bad. Not alike. I don't know why Eminem on the last like 3 albums really started slurring to try to make an interesting hook, but it doesn't work and it keeps doing it. We are not alike, not alike, and not alike. This is one of the tracks that makes me go, I don't like this album. But I like his verse on it, but I do not like, the hook is just so unlistenable, it just ruins the whole song for me. Kamikaze is kind of just the title track. It's literally, it's M jumping out the window. I think a lot of the disses were on this one. Oh, and on Fall. These two tracks, I feel like most of the disses fall. They weren't really that funny to me. The disses, like, he told Tyler, the Creator, you love D12's balls. You're sacrilegious, and I was just like, I think Tyler, the Creator's bi, right? That's not funny, even if he wasn't bi. It's just kind of like, and I'm like, Eminem deeply inspired me, but this is just like, when he was making fun of Elton John, it was kind of known throughout the industry, Elton John was an asshole. And he was kind of sidebarring on the gay thing. And people thought he was nice because he was gay. And he really wasn't. He was a mean cocksucker, like Eminem said in the song. So it's just something that he heard in the industry. When he was making fun of Christopher Reeves, it was because in the industry, these people weren't really that nice. And they were going against him for stupid reasons. So he made fun of him in his song. And he did a good job of it. So one more time, Mr. Christopher Reeves, would you bring it down for me and to split the first, please? Eminem, I'm coming to kill you. Always hated you and I still do. It's like, and then it ends with you taking this shit too far. Who you think you are? Hang my suit up in the armoire. Every day I hate you more and more. Throw down my cardboard. Let's break dance if you think you're hardcore. It was, it was actually funny. To me, his last like really great album was Marshall Mathers LP 2, but before that it was Relapse, and I think he was too hard on Relapse. I don't think he should have gone that, like, cause it felt like he was delving in deeper than he did before. And then right after that, it tried It's Like the Well Tried. After Fall, which is a song whereas this is kind of like this futuristic type of beat, along with this futuristic type of chorus. Hold on, let me make sure I'm giving the right credit to the artist. Performed by Eminem, so apparently no one else is getting credit on Spotify. This is a weird thing to do. I've always wondered why I used to do that. Nice Guy. That was not a good song to me. It's like this song the beat switch ups. He does these really drastic, tempo changing beat switch ups with no real transition into them, and they come back and leave so frequently. It's just so annoying and disrupts the whole song, the whole listening experience. It's the type of thing that you wouldn't hear any of on any of his probably first records. No one was a track I liked because it had this line, maybe I'm just not handsome enough to compete with him. Wait, you weren't supposed to agree with me, bitch. It was fun. It's kind of funny back and forth, but it is very easily very repetitive with a lot of Eminem's former songs. It's a listen. It's new, so I'll play it now, but I can picture it wearing thin very quickly. Venom. This was the most clever song on the entire album, while at the same time, it didn't matter. The hook was... I feel like he's trying to take some inspiration from heavy metal, but you can't really do that here. So, Venom, 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 Venom. What? Nah. This is from the guy who said, and when I'm gone, don't just carry on, don't mourn, rejoice every time you hear the sound of my voice. And that's the best they can do. Knock, knock, let the devil in. Like, whoa, just too... Nah. There's this one part at the end of the song where he goes, and I'm the villain who's terrorizing your parents too. Because if I'm the one that you listen, and growing up, because if growing up I'm the one that you listen to, then I'm the one who's responsible for you retarded fools. Yeah, Eddie Brock is you, and I'm the suit. And then it goes straight into the hook. And I thought that was like the coolest thing on the whole album. That kind of weird awareness he had about some of the types of people he created or inspired through his music. And it's Kamikaze, so he's not afraid to assault them. I feel like this is probably going to be M's last record, unfortunately. Not because he couldn't make another. I think he intended this to be his last one because it's Kamikaze. But I might be wrong, and I hope I'm not, because I do still get widely inspired by Eminem's music. And I am still inspired by this. So thanks for checking out Music Skeptic. If you'd like to subscribe, you can do that below. In there also should be a link to Facebook and my Instagram and the Scatter YouTube page. Signing off.